All right, so I've been reading around for the whole Azure Promilia news. It's been on social media quite um, a lot the past couple days. Either Reddit, Discord, and other like YouTubers as well too. So that's actually really cool. But there has been one controversy. I think this is like probably the biggest one as of right now, talking about the game, and it is that since most of the players that are interested in Azure Promilia are the ones that have been longtime Manju fans and been playing Azure Lane for many years. Their whole they want a game primarily focused around females. So that means no male NPCs, no male gotchas. Honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if this game has pet genders, and they're gonna be mad at the fact that their white dragon is a male. I wouldn't even be surprised at that point, honestly. So they have made a statement, and I'm gonna go ahead and read this to you guys. I'll go ahead and post it in the description as well too. And we'll go ahead and talk about the whole controversy and whatnot. So the statement is this is number two because the first one was announcing the game, and it says, well, this is translated, so keep that in mind. There's an original version of it, but since we're not gonna read it in Chinese, we're gonna read it in English. This is like as close as I can get for a proper diagnosis. What do you want to say it? So it says, first of all, I would like to sincerely thank you all for your attention to the latest game product, Blue Star Plains. It's gonna say like Blue Star Field or whatever, or Azure Promilia, but Azure basically means blue, and Promilia means, I guess, Starfield. So it's blue something. All right. So they have the whole Azure thing going on. Travel Ballad, produced by Manju Network. After the PV was released, we received a lot of suggestions and feedback on various platforms. We carefully read, and sorted out the issues that everyone was concerned about. Everyone expressed their opinions on the original intention of the Blue Star Field Plains, Traveled Ballad, product and the direction of the subsequent production and content and the vision. Here we would like to talk to you about some of the product plans and directions. So the first one is, why was Blue Star Field traveling? I'm just going to call it Azure Promilia. Why was Azure Promilia suddenly released for the first time? The project has been established around 2021 and has been received a version number. So I guess it's like in beta for like 3 years now. So that's actually very good. I think Azure Lane came out roughly in 2016, I think, in the Asian server. So roughly around then. So they've been working on it for like 3 years now. So that's actually very good because they've been in the dark for a very long time. Usually a company, especially a gacha company, they would release a new game after like say 2 or 3 years because they want to expand on profit margins, all that jazz. But Manju waited a long time, so it took a very long time for them to actually announce their second game. Um, Not one that people were hoping for, because I think some people were hoping for Azure Welkin, which is like a plain Azure Lane game. But hey, we got this instead. So actually, I'm actually really excited for this one more than Azure Welkin was initially announced to be, well, rumors and etc. Um, we believe that the first exposure is a test to expose the product to the market for users to test, so we can have displayed the current development results of the project in this first exposure PV. And we also hope that everyone can test what we have done in the past few years, phase results of efforts. Here, we would like to once again thank you for who has paid attention to and looked forward to Azure Promilia. So this is just talking about them announcing this for the first time. I think some people or I think I in particular, and probably a lot of people as well too, were thinking like, what took them so long? They should have released a new game like 3 years ago. But I'm glad they finally waited. So that's actually really good. So the people who are thinking like, oh, there's a Power World copy or whatever, it's been in beta in production since 2021, and I don't think Power World was like yeah, that far out because I think Genshin Impact came out around 2021 as well too. So there's no way that could have happened. Maybe when Genshin Impact got announced, this game was in development, but they were definitely not going to copy like say Power World or something like that. So yeah. The second one is, will Azure Promilia have an impact on the future development of Azure Lane? This is going to be a hot topic for sure right here because some people are thinking like, um, if this game is going to go into like the side games, right? If you guys don't know, side games start off with like Shadowverse or whatever and stuff like that. But Grand Blue Fantasy is one of the big games they have, and I've played Grand Blue Fantasy for a very very long time, and it is probably horseradish or whatever you want to call it, but I played it for a long time, and I noticed that after a while, Grand Blue Fantasy wasn't getting all the like it wasn't getting all the attention of side games when Princess Connect came out. And then when Uma Musume, their horse game, came out, that got all their attention because that's their current cash cows right now. So I truly do believe that for side games, after a while, all their profits on like say Grand Blue Fantasy and even Princess Connect just go towards Uma Musume because that's their cash cows right now. So depending on how this game could go, I think some people are expecting that if they put all their focus on Azure Promilia, then Azure Lane just go down into the ruts or whatever. So yeah. So we hereby responsibly promise that we will not. So that's good. Right off the bat, that's actually very very good. Azure Promilia has established a separate project team since the project was established. It was only inherited the art-related management experience of Azure Lane. In the research development, project teams have always been completely independent. Azure Lane is Manju's representative work. In fact, we have not slackened off in the past 2 years. So that's actually very promising right there. I think maybe it's just like the boomer in me or like the fact that I played this game for many, many years now that I've noticed that they're very, very slow on their updates in Azure Lane. Like OS hasn't been updated for many years now, aside from Gear Labs. Like their biggest update to OS was 3 Arbiters, and then after that they haven't really touched it except quality of life. Um, so they're very very slow in that department. So I was really concerned that if they were gonna focus on like I was hoping they were gonna focus on like Azure Promilia, like as what I was expecting, because if they put all this focus on another game, then I could be like, all right, well, I can understand why this game is taking forever now to get good updates because they're focusing on another game right now, right? So apparently that's not the case, and they're working hard on it, but I guess they're just very, very slow. So yeah, we have been trying our best to make an old product that has been in operation for nearly 7 years without affecting the original user's habits from art speculations. Start to seek some breakthroughs in terms of user experience and other aspects, especially in terms of art production capacity that everyone's concerned about. We are gradually trying to improve the art content specification and content in-depth exploration of related functions and playability. So when they say art content, I feel like this is like going towards censorship because if you guys don't know, China has a whole big censorship thing going on whenever they release like skins or characters. Most of the time, if it's very very like borderline, it's gonna get axed for sure because like if you guys don't know, they had like that Ryuho skin like last year, that lingerie swimsuit one that never came out, that got axed because it's literally borderline not safe for work for China. So I think that's what they're talking about when they say art content, because if it's not acceptable to China, then it's probably not going to get released. So they have to like be on top of all that stuff over there. Although the improvement efficiency is not as high as we expected, we will make some new attempts in almost every version. After our explorations and attempts, the current high standard art production capacity has been greatly improved. So I guess this is probably character models. As of what I saw in the trailer, the character models actually looks pretty good. So I don't know how long it took them to make that, but that's actually very solid compared to most open world gotchas. I think most open world gotcha games nowadays have like generally the same art style in the open world. So what they have for Azure Promilia is actually really solid from what I saw so far. So honestly, if they keep it like that, I'm fine with it. If they want to keep improving it, that's great. But from what I see so far, though, that's actually very, very good. Third one is, what kind of world is Azure Promilia? The story of Azure Promilia takes place in the continent of Promilia. Okay. Okay. A fantasy continent that hosts multiple civilizations, cultures, and ecologies. Players will play the role of Starlanders. After entering the game, they can design their own character image. And ooh, that's actually very nice. I like that a lot. Hopefully, they give you a lot more freedom to it, not just like pick 4 characters to change their hair to like 5 different kinds, all that stuff. So if there's more freedom to it, that's actually really, really nice. And officially start the adventure in this world. In this adventure, there will be various magical, strange waves of characters with different personalities accompanying us on our journey. So that's pets, pals, or whatever you want to call them. So that's actually really cool. Why are there only female characters in the PV? All right, this is the hot topic in this one I'm talking about right here. Well, let's read this first and then I'll talk about it after. Because we have always been good at designing and controlling female characters, we are very clear about the future direction of the project. The worldview of Azure Promilia is a continent with many species and different races. Our initial plan was that the only female characters could be obtained from the star arrival card pool, so gotcha. So all of the characters that could be displayed in the PV were females, characters except NPCs. So I think some people they don't want male characters at all. I think as a minimum they're gonna accept male NPCs, but even then I think some people are gonna be like, male phobia, male character in my gacha game. No, they're not gonna like that. Personally, I think they should add male characters. I know China don't like it, but I think they should, primarily because there's open more diversity in players. Now I get that probably a lot of the gacha gamers out there are males. Like even if you take like Genshin Impact or whatever, I'm pretty sure most of the players are going to be males because gamer aspect and all that stuff. But I guess I could be wrong, but I really do think it's going to be male though. If they open the pool to say male characters and female characters in the pool, you can open up much more diversity to the player base instead of just being like all males or whatever. Like Azure Lane is, most of my viewers right now on YouTube statistics are like 99% males. So if they put males and females into this, it can open up the player base to be much, much more than just all males or whatever, which means more profits and on top of it. But if they do make it all females, then yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. But hey, it could work. I'm not saying all males play Azure Lane. There are a couple females as well too. But for the most part, though, it's just a lot of males playing Azure Lane. So if Azure Promilia goes on the same route, that's fine. I'm just saying that they should do both. But I get the whole concept of I don't want male characters or whatever. Personally, when I play gacha games, I'm going to roll for the females. I'm not going to roll for the male characters. So I can definitely understand why some people want just females. But if I'm being like really unbiased here, I think they should have both. That's just me. What's going on with the pictures circulating the internet as of right now? Some interested people use the early settings of our NPCs and villain boss to invalidate the cases. These invalid cases will not appear in the game. So I'm assuming, because I did see a couple male designs in the game, so I'm going to assume those are fake because I saw like a scuffed Gojo in one of them on Reddit. So I was thinking like, wow, they really made a Gojo here. So apparently that's fake. So that's actually very interesting right there. I guess they did, and they made initially just like piss off the Azure Lane player base over there in China. But honestly, if they made a Gojo, that'd be really cool though. I'm not even gonna lie, because I don't think most gacha games nowadays don't have like a Gojo lookalike, and Gojo is like the hot character as of right now in the anime world. So yeah. For these false information, we will use legal means to resolutely safeguard the rights and interests of Manju. Oh, well, I didn't make them, so yeah. All right, and then the last one is, when will the beta of Azure Promilia start? Okay, hot one right here. Since the establishment of the project, we have never conducted any form of external closed and recruitment testing. At this stage, our plan is to stabilize the existing internal version first, and after stabilization, we may conduct a series of very small scale closed testing for external players. Oh my god, please pick me. Oh my god, I would be honored to try it out. I would QA that. I would QA the crap out of that game. Used to collect opinions and refine product. We hope to further optimize the product through the feedback from the closed test before opening the open recruitment test. However, we will gradually disclose some of our currently completed game content on the official SNS. Please wait patiently and give us a little time. Alright, so that explains that. In the last 2 days, due to Azure Promilia, Manju Network has received unprecedented attention, both sides of the industry. So, okay, they're just talking about the stuff that was happening for the drama right there. So that explains everything. Again, my thought process is, I understand why some players don't want male characters in Azure Promilia, because if you've been playing this game since like day one or for a very long time, you're used to the whole female concept. Like there are a couple gacha games out there that has just females only, like Last Origins, I believe is one of them. Nikkei, aside from like a few NPCs, all the gacha characters are female as well too. So those games can be successful. But there are some other games as well too, like Arknights, Genshin Impact, FGO, stuff like games like those. They can be successful and still have male characters in them. So personally, I think they should do it, but I think Manju has branded themselves as a company that makes games primarily focused for like males. So you're gonna see a lot of like female characters in their game designs because that's what they're branded as at this point. Like, it's kind of like me, right? I've been making Azure Lane videos for like 6 years now. People see me as Azure Lane guy. If I start playing like, say, Fate Grand Order or like Genshin Impact one day, they're going to be like, whoa, Kimo, what are you doing, man? This is not your usual stuff. So yeah, I can definitely understand why some people would be like crazy about it, because Manju has been making Azure Lane female characters for 7 years now. If they went to the whole new game concept and they say, hey, there's going to be males in here, people probably freak out. So I can definitely get that. Personally though, I just wish they would. I wish they would add male characters. I'm gonna roll for females, obviously, but I think from a business aspect though, I think doing the whole male and female thing would be kind of cool, because if you think about it, even though like people would say like, oh, but Genshin Impact also have females and male characters or whatever. There's more to the game than just like Genshin Impact stuff, right? There's like, you can catch pets, you can build stuff as well too. There's more to the game than just simply just fly around, climb some mountains, and look for some like flying spirits to get some 10 gem crystal chests or whatever like that. So yeah. Anyways though, I'll go ahead and link that in the description for you guys. This is a hot topic going on as of right now. There's a lot of discussions going on, so feel free to discuss that amongst yourselves. More to the game. I do want to make more Azure Promilia like news topic until the game gets released or like beta comes out. I want to get into the beta hopefully, but we'll have to see. But yeah, anyways, I'm looking forward to the game, very excited, and I want to wait for any news to come out in general. Have a Discord for that stuff, so if you guys want to join my Discord, go ahead and do so. Anyways, thank you guys for watching as always. I'll see you guys in the next video.